talk to angels. How would that change your life? Join us now on Angel Talk Tuesday as the psychic angel channelers Julie Geigel, Maggie Chula, and Catherine Glass allow angels to speak directly through them, sharing messages from beyond. As you bathe in the vibrational frequency of the angels here, you will begin to open up to a stronger and clearer communication of your own. The purpose of this show is to help you awaken, expand, and remember the magnificent being that you are and the mission you came here to fulfill. The angels have heard your call and are here to help. Are you ready to receive?
Our theme for the month is grief, and today's topic is, where do they go? This is Julie Geigel, International Psychic Medium Trance Channel for Archangel Metatron and the Masters of Light, and approved and certified Casa Guide for the John of God experience. You can find me over at www.juliegeigel.com and on Facebook at Julie Geigel Psychic Medium. I'd love to invite you to sign up for our John of God Crystal Bed Session raffle. I have been guided to purchase a crystal bed while I'm over in Brazil coming up next month, April 4th through the 16th. And so we are offering a raffle and an opportunity to win 1 year's worth of free long-distance crystal bed healing sessions. So 1 a week for 52 weeks of the year. You can check out more information over on my website at www.juliegeigel.com. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm thrilled to have our special guest today, Alicia Isaacs Howes, and she is from Your Soul Story. So she'll be coming in second today, and we're thrilled and honored to have her join us. So I'm going to go ahead and ring the Tingsha bells. It helps to clear out any lower vibrations and create a perfect space for our channeling today. Welcome. I am Archangel Metatron. We are honored and delighted to join you here on this beautiful day, sharing our knowledge and wisdom on what happens to your spirit after you pass here from your earth journey. So just relax and allow yourself to move into this beautiful sacred space, this Metatronic energy that is created with our vibration. And allow yourself to tune in to your soul, to your higher self, opening up a beautiful connection with the angelic realm, and feel your loved ones come in. They are with you always. They walk with you here on this earth daily, in spirit form. After your loved one passes, there are opportunities for them to continue to grow and expand in the spirit world. Some spirits have a period of disconnection or healing from the earth journey that they experienced. If their journey was traumatic or intense, they go to what we call a spiritual hospital, and they are taken care of and nurtured back to their perfect whole spirit. Those who have come into this incarnation by choice, not requiring to complete any karmic cycle or evolution of their consciousness, they have come back by choice to help another being here expand and evolve. Those spirits simply move back into the plane whence they came from to continue their work in the spirit world. And then we have a whole group of spirits who are on the path of continued expansion and evolution. Just like you have layers of expansion and awakening here on your earth plane, so too there are layers in the spiritual realm. And depending on what layer you are working on, you will return to that layer, depending on the lessons and the expansion that occurred while you were here in this earth plane. So we want you to know that even though you may not feel your loved one near you every moment of every day, it is a perception of your reality that there is a disconnection with you, for there is not. A spirit is ever expansive and multidimensional. It can be in many places at one time. And it moves in and out of your awareness as is needed for your soul's evolution. For if your loved one were to literally hold your hand during your experience here on earth, it would not allow you the growth that you came here for. It might interfere with your ability to function independently. And as a human being, you might begin to use that connection as a crutch. So we are here with you now, wanting you to know and to remember the magnificent spiritual being that you are, and the wonderful, beautiful connection you have to your soul group, whether they are in physical form or they are in spirit form. And just because you cannot feel, quote unquote, them around you does not mean that they are not there. So take a moment now and allow yourself to continue to relax deeper and deeper, expanding, 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 opening up to receive this beautiful connection with your loved ones who have passed, allowing the information to flow freely, allowing you to absorb what is in your highest good to receive. Because remember, your loved ones are not angels or advanced beings of wisdom. They oftentimes come back to you in spirit on the same level that they left you here on this earth plane. So it is important to remember to always gain your highest wisdom and insights from God, from your spiritual counsel. And just opening up to this wisdom and knowledge and allowing this information to flow freely from spirit to spirit, feeling deeply loved, cared for, honored, and revered for this journey that you have accepted here on this earth planet. Thank your loved one for this beautiful connection today, being open to receive always their love, light, and wisdom. I am Metatron, and I have spoken here today. You are listening to Angel Talk Tuesday, and this is Julie Geigel. Coming up in our next segment is Alicia Isaacs-Hoes with Your Soul Story.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. OMTimes Magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. OMTimes, co-creating a more conscious lifestyle.
Come heal yourself. What is healing? Healing is nothing but connecting with your all-knowing higher self that already has solutions to all your problems and is always there to guide you. Through this show, we help you to connect with that you are and tap into that innate potential you have to transform your life and fly high. Please join me, your host Monica Goyal, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific. Namaste.
Hi, this is Julie Geigel. Be sure to sign up for our free healing list at juliegeigel.com.
This is Maggie Chula. For spiritual and psychic development classes, check out the Akashic Vibration Process at maggiechula.com.
I'm Catherine Glass. Stop by and show us some love at our Facebook page, Angel Talk Tuesday, and remember your magnificence.
And we are
The Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
Dr. Kevin here, and I want to invite you every Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, to join me on the Dr. Kevin Show, where we have a diversity of guests who help you step outside the box, behind the curtain, and see what a load of crap is going on in the world today, so you have more information with which to make better decisions. We'll see you there. Namaste.
Bringing you the best of the conscious minds in the world. OMTimes Radio, your conscious lifestyle on steroids.
Hi, everyone. This is Alicia Isaacs-Howes of YourSoulStory.com, and I'm delighted and honored to connect with you today, especially on this very special topic. If you want to learn more about what I do and also tap into 3 very simple steps to open up to more calm, clarity, peace, and solutions, I invite you to visit YourSoulStory.com and download your free Soul Connection Kit. I am passionate about helping other purpose-driven souls align with their purpose, their passion, and their prosperity. And I have all kinds of ways to help you do that. So today I invite you just, again, following Julie's beautiful channeling, to come back into your heart space. And we're going now to add to and expand on whatever has already been presented for your integration, your wisdom, and your peace. So just take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, releasing anything that is not of this moment. The first thing that I'm being guided to share with you is that death is a topic that can create a lot of suffering, pain, resistance, and grief. And I know that this has been covered in other this month. What I'm being guided to share with you today is invite you to remember the truth of who you are. That will allow you to also recognize the truth of who your loved ones who have passed are. And the truth of who you are is that you are a being of energy. And energy comes from source. And source is infinite. And so if you are energy, you too come from source, and you are infinite too. And just like the energy that you can perceive in the physical realm, energy can never be destroyed, diminished, or ended. Energy can and does, it's designed to evolve, to change. So, for example, if you were to get a tree and you see it flourishing and bringing forth leaves and berries, nuts and shelter for the animals, and then at the end of that tree's lifespan, it is cut down and turned into perhaps furniture or other things that we use, or firewood. And then, for example, just following the fire, how, that energy, that wood, everything that went in to create that tree is then transmuted into heat and flame and light, smoke and embers and ashes. But it is never destroyed. It simply evolves and changes into its next form in alignment with creation and wherever creation is expanding. The same is true for each one of you. Your level of consciousness obviously is much more highly evolved, but you too are also on a ever continuing journey of expansion and exploration through creation. And while we may experience the physical form ending, that too also changes and mutates and is returned back to the earth in some way. Your spirit is never ending. As Julie mentioned, as Metatron channeled, there are many different ways that when we pass, we may go ascend very quickly and easily to the level that we're operating at, the level of consciousness we're exploring. Sometimes there is some particularly strong attachment to a certain way of being, or a need to process and integrate. All of this can not take necessarily time in earth plane. It can happen very quickly and easily, but it is exactly whatever you at the soul level is needing and calling in for your highest good. And no matter what experience you or your loved one may go through, you are never alone on this journey. You always have the support of your angels, your guides, your spirit council, the council of light. And this is what I'm being guided to channel really clearly for you today, is that at the moment that you were born, that you were actually conceived, a ray of light from your soul beamed down to spark you, to be your divine spark, to animate you. And that ray of light didn't end at your conception or after your birth. That ray of light is with you always. And it is how you receive guidance, intuition, is how you are feeling, inspired to do or try or learn things. It is how you receive your gifts, your wisdom, particular frequency of light that you are here to share. And as you go about life, you explore, you deepen your understanding, you learn, you evolve, you grow. And all of that wisdom, all you accumulate through every single experience, no matter whether you label it good, bad, right, wrong, all of it is perfect for you and your soul's evolution. And you send that back, you're transmitting it back in every heartbeat, every breath, back through that same ray of light to your soul. And your soul expands just by you being here. As you go through the death process, or a loved one goes through that ray of light is still there. All that is happening is that it is detaching from the physical vessel, but that constant transmittance of love and energy and inspiration is still flowing from the soul to that particular level of consciousness and back to your soul. And the wonder of this is that your soul is not floating around in the universe or in the cosmos all by itself. Just like the sun, it too has a place in universal consciousness, the divine mind, in all that is. And there is a beam of light that radiates from your soul back to the center sun, source, creator of all that is, or the God of your heart. So as you in the physical form are exploring and living, you're helping your soul evolve. And as your soul evolves and expands, so too does God. Just by being here right now, you are on purpose. You are exploring creation and expanding our wisdom, our understanding, our mastery of different ways of working with energy in the physical realm. Once you leave the physical body, you have infinite options to explore creation, some of which may too be in the physical realm, some of which may be in other times, spaces, or dimensions. This is true for you, and this is true for your loved ones. And as creation is multidimensional and infinite, once you leave the physical body, you reconnect into that aspect of creation. And so your loved ones can do this too, and connect with you. Whenever you call their name, they can be with you. In fact, often when you think of them randomly, they were already visiting you, and that's why you thought of them. So please remember to greet them and say hello, so that they too know that you've remembered that they're visiting, and you can build a dialogue, a new way of connecting with your loved ones. And know that when a loved one passes, it also presents you an opportunity to look at how you are living right here, right now, so that you can make peace in any area, any relationship that comes to your heart, and allow the life that you live here and now to be the most joyful, most fulfilling, most peaceful one that you would choose to have, so that there are no regrets. And by the way, if at the end of a lifetime you wish you had done something differently or done more, you always have the opportunity to do that again in whatever way you choose. Because you are a being of infinite energy with infinite possibilities to explore and create, evolve, and expand. I hope that brings you some peace, some sparkles of joy, or perhaps sees some ideas for you in how you wish to move forwards in this life, loving the ones you love right now, and opening up to following your dreams or sharing your gifts in the most loving, bright ways that you can dream of. Alicia Isaac's House of YourSoulStory.com, and I invite you to visit me there or to download your free Soul Connection Kit if you'd like to go a little deeper in a certain area or relationship. Thank you.
You are listening to Angel Talk Tuesday. Coming up is Catherine Glass and the Galactic Federation of Light.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Simone Milasas would like you to know that business can be fun, which is why she wrote the book, Joy of Business. What if you could have the joy of business rather than the stress and struggle? Most of the time, the only thing stopping you from a thriving business is you. In the Joy of Business book, Simone gives you access consciousness tools and pragmatic ways to get out of your own way and to create the business, life, and living you know is possible and beyond what this reality says is achievable. Business is joy. It's creation. It's generative. It can be the adventure of living. You can purchase your copy of the book through Amazon or Joy of Business website, www.accessjoyofbusiness.com.
Have you been searching for a perspective beyond the mainstream? Check it out. Join your hosts Cielito Pascual and Diana Gold Holland on Share International Radio for thought-provoking views behind the news, Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio. You can also find us at shareontheairradio.org. This may be the message of hope you've been waiting for.
Hi, I'm Julie Geigel. Join us on our annual John of God Spiritual Transformation Healing Retreat. You can find more information at juliegeigel.com.
This is Maggie Chula. I invite you to download my free workbook and audio, Awaken Your Soul Connection, at maggiechula.com.
I'm Catherine Glass. Check out my psychic development classes at catherineglass.com.
And we are
The Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
Have you bought into the idea that you have to work hard for your money, that business is hard? I will share some dynamic access consciousness tools to get you out of your own way so you can create a business that actually succeeds. Join me, Simone Milasas, on The Joy of Business at 4 p.m. Mondays Eastern.
The future of Internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Welcome back to Angel Talk Tuesday. Coming up is Catherine Glass, and she'll be channeling the Galactic Federation of Light.
Hi guys, I was talking away, but my mic was muted.
I thought so.
So thank you, Julie, for that rescue raft. Welcome back, guys, to Angel Talk Tuesday. I am indeed Catherine Glass. I am a psychic and channel for spirit. So delighted to be here, and I want to thank the lovely Alicia Isaacs-Howes, and of course Julie too. Alicia, that was beautiful. Wow, just if that wasn't comforting to lend, some very clear truth, I don't know what is, and I'm sure we'll talk more in depth about all of these beautiful channelings in our recap segment at the end. Definitely worth a re-listen to so far, this show. We'll see what Ezra has to say. I know she's coming to speak. I've been talking to her. But first, I just want to let people know my March 12th class has sold out. There are always wonderful development classes on my website happening at all different levels of proficiency, psychic and mediumship development. And also want to remind folks about a beautiful retreat we are running in Stowe, Vermont, on the East Coast in the beautiful month of May, the 20th through the 23rd. It's Soul Culture Bliss Retreat, permission granted, granting you permission to come and rejuvenate, play, expand your consciousness with 4 very experienced, well-seasoned, wonderful teachers. And I am one of them, and we'll be covering all kinds of wonderful topics: Ayurveda, yoga, sound healing. I'll be doing some channeling and teaching about the chakra system and your auric field and how to connect with your intuition. So I hope you'll go to my page, catherineglass.com with a K, Catherine, and look at my events and hopefully sign up and check it out. Thanks so much. Okay. So now we are talking and channeling about grief. And we all know, as humans, having the human experience, that's a difficult rite of passage that no one escapes while here on the planet. And so I'm going to allow the lovely, wise Ezra to come close to me and speak through me, joining with my own higher consciousness. She is from the Galactic Federation and the Council of Light. Greetings, beloveds. I am Ezra. I hail from the Galactic Federation. We are a council of light beings, who do assist the evolution of your beautiful planet Earth. And although you have seen what seems to be eons of struggle and pain on your planet, please understand that there is indeed a fast trajectory of evolution occurring in the consciousness on your beautiful planet Earth. Have faith, dear ones, that it is an ever-evolving spiral, which you are an integral part of. And to those of you who have already crossed the threshold of the experience of grief on this human journey you have undertaken so bravely, please understand and know that not only have you walked this experience not once but many times before in prior incarnations on this planet, but that you have within your soul structure all of the tools you need to know and remember that this is a part of the evolution of the soul's journey in the human experience. There are multiple dimensions on which a soul can exist simultaneously. There are also multiple planetary systems and dimensions which a soul can depart to when they leave the dimension of planet Earth after an incarnation. When you have this understanding at a conscious level, you begin to open energetically and re-expand your memory and consciousness on a cellular level to allow the peace that pervades, the peace that passeth all understanding, to fill you with reassurance. Ah, yes, I remember. My loved one isn't gone. They've simply gone on. And in that, my beloved beloveds, Like children, you can laugh and fall back into the soft bed pillows and giggle and sigh and open your arms and hearts and remember your loved one that has gone on is fulfilling their soul's destiny, their soul plan, their journey. And be reassured you will meet again, for they are part of your soul group. You know all of this. You remember every aspect of what I say to you when you also cross over at the end of an incarnation. And hopefully, you even understand it is possible to remember it right here on earth while you are in human form. This is why there are lovely beings of light, like Julie, like Catherine, like Alicia, who serve in this way as vessels or channels for beings of light that are not in human form and incarnated at this time, to speak through them to help the world understand and remember this truth. You are eternal. You know this. You've simply forgotten as you've taken on the mantle of human consciousness. You're playing in the sandbox. You're enjoying the ride of yet another journey of a soul incarnation. I agree wholeheartedly with the channel Alicia and her words of ray of soul energy that descends with every soul in every incarnation. For you are made of energy. You are pure, expanded vibration and light and love. Every soul has its own level of evolution along its journey of eternality. And when a soul leaves a plane of existence, such as the death process in the earth experience, that soul will rise or evolve to or travel to a dimension of consciousness and reality based on the similar match of vibration that soul has at the time of life on earth. In other words, when a soul is experiencing a path of belief in a particular deity, they very well most likely will see that deity when they cross. For that is where their consciousness is pinpointed and focused upon. When a soul passes in a tragic, chaotic, unsettled way, and that soul has struggled in that lifetime perhaps, there is indeed a hospital, as Metatron mentioned, a time of healing cocooning that occurs for that soul instantly upon crossing from the physical realm to the energetic spiritual realm. However, that soul may not experience immediate joy and light and brilliance and what you would call the love of God, because they are in a time of care, triage, if you will, emergency care on the spiritual side of life that calms and soothes and helps them to reintegrate, rest, and understand what has occurred. So you see, there is a divine, beautiful order and plan to the evolution of your soul. Take to heart all of the experiences you are having on the earth journey, for it is a supreme opportunity for your consciousness to evolve, to learn about love, patience, most of all, self-love and compassion. The love of the divine, the source that indeed did originally create your soul existence. For you are an expansion, like a ray of the sun. There is a source that is the origin of all life, and you are a ray of that source. And your journey back to that source is what all of the dances of all of your incarnations are about, no matter what planetary system or dimension you are incarnated in. And do know, my dears, that when your loved one passes, even when you lose a child, that soul is a very evolved being on its journey continuing, and you can communicate with them anytime, all time, for there is no time in the soul dimension. So call them to your side and they are there. Open your heart and weep that you miss them and they hear you. Know that they walk beside you, sending you all the energy and love they can. You simply have to open to receive it. Life does go on, and you know this. Oftentimes, people will return from a near-death experience and they will say, "It was very familiar. I remembered doing this before." So understand, beloveds, you can relax and know that through the tears and your grief, you will be reunited again with whichever loved ones you are missing today. You will be with them again, and you will dance together in the eternal expansion of beautiful color, light, the music of the spheres, until you decide what will be our next adventure. What roles will we play? Will we dance together? Have faith in these words that we all share with you today. Go into the closet of your heart and pray to the divine, to your own higher knowing and wisdom that has existed through all eternity, that you are indeed never alone, and that grief is simply a part of the cycle that occurs on the planet Earth and incarnation there. We leave you with these words of soulful comfort and blessing. Until next time, peace, peace, peace. Thank you, Ezra. Welcome back to Angel Talk Tuesday. When you come back in a minute for segment 4. See you soon.
Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio. Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake.
Live with medium Lisa Phoenix, Mediumship Messages and Musings, explores mediumship and all things metaphysical. Lisa Phoenix invites you to reach above and beyond your everyday experiences, to explore new dimensions in the spirit world. She will do live readings to connect callers to their loved ones in spirit, shares engaging stories and teachings from her own personal experience, and will have intriguing conversations with other mediums, spiritual teachers, and healers to help you understand the metaphysical world so you can connect to these forces in your day-to-day life. Join your host on this magical and metaphysical journey into the world of spirit every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Hi, I'm Julie Geigel. Join us on our annual John of God Spiritual Transformation Healing Retreat. You can find more information at juliegeigel.com.
This is Maggie Chula. I invite you to download my free workbook and audio, Awaken Your Soul Connection, at maggiechula.com.
I'm Catherine Glass. Check out my psychic development classes at catherineglass.com.
And we are
the Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
What if living didn't have to be so serious?
What if you could move beyond your problems with greater confidence and ease than you've ever imagined?
Throw your labels out the window and join the Irreverent Therapist for practical tips and a very different way of approaching the changes you would like to create.
Marilyn Bradford
and Pam Hodling
have empowered hundreds of people to come out of self-judgment, quit looking to experts, and begin to create the lives they desire.
Join us Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Irreverent Therapist Show.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for listening to Angel Talk Tuesday, hosted every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on OMTimes Radio. Remember, you can listen to the live show at the OMTimesRadio.com link at those times. In order to listen to the archives, you simply go to our show page located at OMTimesRadio.com. And this is Julie Geigel. Thank you so much, Catherine Glass, for that lovely message from the Galactic Federation of Light. Ezra is one of my favorite energies that she channels, and always, always an amazing, amazing message. And so today we're just going to each take a few moments. You know, this last segment just flies right by. And so instead of formally recapping each segment, we're going to informally just discuss the things that really hit us. And also, while I was going deep when you girls were channeling, I was seeing a need to touch a little bit on hell. Because, I mean, I'm Catholic, so we talk a lot about hell.
Okay.
Me too.
I think we create our own hell, personally, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Right, yes.
I mean, there are definitely planes on the lower astral, don't get me wrong. I thought Ezra was going to talk about the 7 levels or more of the astral planes of dimension of consciousness, but she didn't go there, so.
Yeah, well, I think Ezra really put it very, very beautifully that it depends upon your level of awareness while you're here. So when you pass, you actually move into a consciousness that you create mentally in your mind. And so what I know about hell, if you will, is that it is a place that's created in your own mind. Right. And that it isn't something, God doesn't stand up and judge you and say, oh, okay, you're going to hell, you're going to heaven. You're going to hell, you're going to heaven. As the line is moving through. But it is more of a consciousness that you create from a human perspective when you pass. And so what I know about what I've been shown about hell is that it isn't a place that anyone sends you to. You actually send yourself there, right. And you can leave there at any time. There are beings of light that come down into these lower realms of consciousness after we die, and they are always ever ready, ever available to bring us into a higher dimensional frequency so that we can heal and we can continue to grow and expand. Because when we choose to stay stuck, either on the earth plane or on one of those lower astral levels, there's no growth or expansion. We're just continuing on like a loop or a merry-go-round in that level that we're kind of stuck at. Any thoughts on that, girls?
Alicia, do you want to speak?
Yeah, it was interesting when I was invited to the show and given the topic. I too thought, oh, we're going to talk about hell, and that is so. It's interesting that it did come up, and I completely agree with you, Julie, that it is something that is something that we create. It's from the human mind, and it's not something that we have to go through in order to pay for our sins or repent or redeem ourselves. And I believe that there are. When we leave the body and we're connecting back into the truth of who we are, which is light and love, then oftentimes, even if somebody has lived a life where they've believed in hell, or they believed that they had sinned, or that they didn't deserve to go home in whatever way that resonates for them, oftentimes that moment when they leave the physical body, there is that lightening up that occurs when you move out of the denseness of the physical. And they remember. Right. So that's what so that's what I was getting. So even if we may have somebody who's hardcore, this is what we do, they may have a change of heart and mind when they leave the body.
Just a remembering. You bring to mind, Alicia, when you say that, two things. One, I want to touch upon a book I've read called The Afterlife of Billy Fingers, which I'm sure many out there who are listening have read. And if you haven't, it's a great book. Because in this book, which is sort of channeled by this woman who's the sister of the deceased, he was kind of a quote-unquote loser, good-for-nothing, drug addict guy, on Earth. And when he crossed, he was quite enlightened, he remembered. And he went and explored all dimensions of the universe, much as a soul has the freedom to do. And because he didn't go into fear in the after-death process, but he stayed open, he kept expanding and evolving and going kind of higher and higher up this journey on the other side, and that's what the book is about. But I just also wanted to say that, hell is really ignorance. I mean, when we are here on Earth and we're having an experience of, say, anxiety, I know a lot of clients come to me who suffer with anxiety for whatever reasons. You're really in a state of ignorance when you're anxious. It's innocent. You're not trying to be that way. You've just forgotten, your power and your light and your ability to perhaps shift your thoughts to help you stay calmer or something. And so it's kind of the same in consciousness. If you've forgotten, even after you cross over, it's kind of like being relearning or remembering that, I'm forgetting, I'm in ignorance, I'm forgetting that I am more than that experience I just had. I do have an eternal connection to love, divinity, light, power, whatever you want to call it. For those that aren't, in their minds dying to go be with one God, one specific path or training, like the Christians are taught one way. But sometimes Christians who've grown up Catholic, for example, if they haven't come to that place in their own truth, they may be in for a surprise when they cross over there. They may not go exactly right to the right hand of God. They may, but they may have a different journey evolve where they meet loved ones or they meet spirit guides or they have a sense of peace and they get to look over their loved ones they've left behind, and they're kind of wandering around. They're not just going straight to, the throne of the pearly gates necessarily.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I'd like to just spend a few minutes talking about the earth plane. I know my experience as a medium is that, especially right away when people die, sometimes they get caught in this earth plane dimension, I call it, if you will, and they kind of get stuck there because
lower astral, or
they don't they feel a really strong connection with their loved one, and they're afraid if they move on that they'll lose that connection, or they have died in a car accident or whatever, and they don't know where they are. And again, they kind of get caught up in this earth plane. I think it's really important. I just wanted to share with our listeners today that the number one thing that you can do, if you have any worries of, where your loved one ended up when they passed, the number one thing that you can do for them is pray. Pray for their soul, because that spiritual energy that fuels them helps them ignite that vibrational frequency to rise up to where they're supposed to be.
Absolutely. It's like rocket fuel.
Yes.
It's interesting. I saw the prayer energy or the intentions for them, to be at peace, almost lighting up a pathway for them so that they can navigate out of the confusion or the overwhelm or stuckness.
Yes, and there are entire cultures based on that spiritual path of praying for the ancestors.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep. A lot of them in Asia, the Koreans, they have a spiritual path where it's all about cooking food for the ancestors after they've passed. There are things to help them comfort and evolve their way up the ladder.
That's very interesting. I know as a medium, when I connect with messages for people here on Earth, that typically if someone has not crossed over, their energy is a lot denser. For spirits who have crossed and are in the light, there's a lighter sense. There's more joy, there's more love, there's more of a peace, versus people who are still in the astral plane. A lot of times I will feel more anxiety, more fear, more worry. So it is interesting how that comes through.
Right. That's a good time to pray for them.
Absolutely.
It's interesting, Catherine, you mentioned in your channeling, or Ezra shared with us, about, the passing of children or infants or, miscarriages.
I was just going to talk about that. Yeah, go ahead. You picked up on it.
Yeah. Well, I'd love to hear what you have to share.
I was just going to say, in the case of children, there's an innocence there at the level of their experience on the earth plane. And even though they are often full-grown souls as soon as they cross, there's still a mercy or something that happens for them for parents who worry about their children who have died. Are they all right? Absolutely. Their guardian angel is right there to receive them, What were you going to say?
Well, it was interesting. I've always wanted to be a mom. That's my earliest memory. So in 1999, I had a miscarriage, and that obviously there was a lot of grief and a lot of dreams that ended with that. But the following year, I had an Akashic reading, and what I learned in that 1 hour, it's almost like that beautiful soul had come in to help me get on my path, because the healing I got from the grief was so encompassing that I knew I wanted to share this with others, and here I am, right? Often, a soul will come in not with the intention to be born, but to offer an experience for the parents.
That's right. It's a soul contract being fulfilled, absolutely.
That is so cool. Well, thank you, girls, for joining us here today. Thank you, all of our listeners, for taking the time out of your day to join us here on Angel Talk Tuesday. Archives are posted 24 hours after the live show airs on OMTimesRadio.com. You have a plethora of angels uplifting, inspiring, and enfolding you in God's love every day. Until next time, this is Psychic Angel Channelers Julie Geigel, Alicia Isaacs-Howes, and Catherine Glass, helping you connect with your own angelic team. Remember,